What's up, everybody? Chop of the morning to you. It's been a while since I made a beat for you. Now, I remember last time I told you guys I was going to chop up this one. Louis Armstrong in honor of jazz, right? So everybody knows I'm a big jazz head. Oh, before I get started though, man, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, check out the shorts, check out my Instagram, Chan the Artist, and it's CTA 1972. But on this page, Grab Bag Music, I want you to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will be bringing you these random acts of chopping. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Remember last time I told you I was going to chop up this Louis Armstrong, but I didn't. So what I did was, I still wanted to do some jazz. So I ended up chopping some Bob James. As you can hear that in the background, that's a little sample. And I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. And I did this sample from my phone. So what I'm doing is going to different avenues and showing you how to chop up samples with no matter what you use. I'm using the MPC Studio 2, and I could probably use it 3000. I can do it without any MIDI controller. I've worked with ASR 10s and you name it. But right now we're doing it the modern way, and we have to create our sound. So what I did today was I did a little jazz chop, and I'm gonna show you guys who the artist is. Now this is the song that I chopped up, and you know, I can play a little samples for you, but I'm gonna show you my chops, so bear with me. Okay, now here we have our chop, and I have it on 4 bars, BPMs at 109, and this is the chop that we chopped up, the sample that we took, and I'm just gonna play an excerpt for you. All right, there is my little excerpt or a little sample that I took. Now these are my chops. Of course, I edited my chops to fit the beat. And what I did was took a little drum track. If I go up here to my drums, and I just did a snare and a kick. These are the sounds I got. And you see, these pads are empty. So these are the sounds I used. I loaded these up separately, and I went into the 80s 808 drum kit or drum pack or loop pack or whatever you want to call it. And it's a stock drum pack from the MPC sound. I was finna say Soul Essential or Sound Essential, but that's Sony. Forgive me. But anyway, just from the memory, stock sounds that were in here. So I just took some stock drums and made me a pattern. Of course, like I said before, this is my sample that I sampled through my phone. And this is off of a Till Bronner and Bob James 2020 song that came out. And man, the whole song itself is just amazing. So I wanted to take some of those pianos and those horns, that lazy horn, and kind of make a chop out of it. And I made my BPMs at a higher tempo just because I wanted to do something a little different. But I I'm going to play you what I end up doing with it. And here we go. As you can see, very simple. Very simple chop. Now what you want to do is, when you do chop, you want to go into what I usually do is I go to my sample screen here. And of course I sample. And what I do is I sample with slicing. I rather do the slice first, and I go to this page and I load my sample and I slice it. A lot of people sample the sound and put it in here. Of course, you can hear the slices in here. Then of course I go into my sample edit. As you can see right here, I go into my sample edit, edit the sample, started the sample, ended the sample. And we edit it that way. And then, of course, I go to my progressions of my chops. I listen to the whole thing out. That's the final of this one. And then you see the simpleness of the chops. And they all have a different timing. But what I'm listening for, you hear the rim shot and the snare. As you can hear, that brush from the snare is what I listen to gain my tempo. Now, although I did it this way, I did not record it this way. So we're going to take it out of sample mode. And this is where I go to sample. And we're going to go back to our main screen. And what I did was just like any other thing. I took my program, which is right here, program here, and I programmed my second track to be the Coltrane sample. Well, it's really not Coltrane sample. This is really the Bob James sample. I just called it Coltrane, so forgive me. I name my samples anything, but I remember this whole track will be called the Till Bob Bounce is the name of this track. But anyway, then program 2, of course, is where my drum tracks are. So there you have it. You know, that's simple. You know, try to keep it simple for all my new beginners. And I hope to catch you next time on Chop of the Morning. And once again, like I said, you know, I'll continue to keep bringing these chops to you and letting you see my process. But for now, enjoy the rest of your day. And hey, Chop in the Morning to you.